But so what Katt did, this when I knew all them niggas was this what Katt did. When he snapped that perception off that gate, and we seen the deception of these characters who they really was. The reason you know everything Katt said was true, guess why?
Why?
All them niggas replied and forgot they was comedians. They all replied on their feelings. To do with the art of comedy, but after a while, I just get to buffoonery. I'm like, man, comedy is an art. You master the art, and people come to see. They come to see what you mastered and the master of art. But now the game has changed. They're not even into the artists. They're not into the art of comedy. They're into the artists. So they coming to see the artist, and then get halfway down the street talking about, man, that nigga wasn't even that funny. You never went to see the art, motherfucker. You went to see the artist. And that's the difference between a fan and a groupie. Because when you got a fan, they want to see the art that you mastered. But when you're a groupie, you going to see the artist and not knowing that they ain't even got no motherfucking material. That's why they got all these it's the only era I ever seen where they got open mic headliners. You know what I'm saying? So that's touring, man. So so I'm more of a spiritual dude. I'm the type of dude where it's a thin line between idolatry and prosperity. In idolatry, you chasing your followers, the fame, the likes, the bag. So everything is justified. But I'm getting the bag though. So you chasing the bag. And then when you're chasing the bag, that's kind of like you negotiate your soul, because you're gonna get a piece of the bag, but it's gonna be a PICE. But when you chasing the God say trust in your gift to create a way for you to eat. And when you trust in your gift, that's prosperity. And then you're not chasing and following likes and followers. You following God. You chasing God. You're seeking the kingdom. And when you do that, God will create a way for you to eat. That's biblical. That's what he said. So I keep trusting in my gift, and I master my gift. So people want to come see me. You can't follow me. You got to find me. You know what I mean? You appreciate me more.
And I'm glad you started off booming with it, because I want to let people know who Scruncho really is, because Scruncho has gotten out. For those of you who don't know who Scruncho is a comedian, actor, been around the world, and overall, if you ask me, dope human being, bigger than all the rest of that shit. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
He's a man.
That.
And so I brought Scruncho in because he's somebody that, from my first day in comedy, when we saw him, we was like, yo, that's Scruncho. And he gave us his phone number. The phone number I have now was the phone number he gave me. He didn't know who the hell I was. Like, take my number down. We could have been quitting comedy next week. You didn't know. But what I'm saying is, I want to give you a quick. Let me give you your flowers, and I want to kick it right back to you.
Oh, thank you, man.
I want to give you your flowers because Scruncho is somebody who's been around for a long time, been doing comedy. We gonna get into it, how you evolved from doing the skates and everything to where you are right now, and then just overall, just you're somebody that you've been around. Scruncho's been around. We gonna get into some stories. Whether if their name is in comedy, if they got a big name, if they got a regular size name, Scruncho got stories with them. So we're gonna get into some of them stories, and then get into who Scruncho really is, because Scruncho is more than the person that some people on these internet gossip blogs want to make him out to be. This cat is one of the realest cats that I've ever come across. So with that being said, I want you to let them know who Scruncho is. Then we're going to get into some of these questions. Who is Scruncho?
Hey, man, it's like a lot of times we living in a world where, the most complex and difficult thing to accept, more than any type of clout chasing or thirst and all this attention. Man, the biggest demonic spirit we all struggle with is accountability. Like nobody want to accept accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a brother who struggled with accountability. For example, my brother, he did 32 years in prison, you know what I mean, for a murder they say he did. They didn't have no witness. They didn't have no gun. but they say he did it. So when he got out of prison, he been out 3 weeks. We go 2 in the morning. We leaving the comedy club. Who do we see? We get to the corner, Long Beach Boulevard and Rosecrans. We see the dude that snitched on him, right? Oh no, I was just saying when we was talking about accountability and everybody struggle with accountability. It seemed to be like the new the new like demonic spirit. Like anybody except, like, for instance, if on a bigger level, the only time white people consider you a racist as a black person if you try to make them accept any type of accountability of their history or what they did to us.
Yeah.
They want to just sweep it under the rug, just let it go. It touches something, you know what I mean? Like, nobody want to be held accountable for nothing, no matter how minor it is. You can tell your wife, why you leave the refrigerator open? All you do is talk about,
Right.
everything trigger you, you know what I mean? So my brother did 32 years in prison. They didn't have a witness. They never found the gun, but yet he did 32 years for a crime, for a murder they say he did. So when he get out of jail 32 years later, I'm just enjoying him. 2 weeks ago, we go to the we leaving the comedy club. I'm driving through Compton. We right there on Long Beach Boulevard and Rosecrans. And I swear to God, we look to the left and who do we see? We see the motherfucker that snitched on him, right? So immediately we go back to being, I went back to like it's 1989 all over again. I'm on my street shit. I'm reaching under the seat like I still had a gun in that motherfucker. And I'm chasing them around. And then the spirit of the Lord jumped on me. And I slammed on my brakes. I looked my brother in the eye and I asked him, I said, nigga, did you do it? You know what I'm saying? Because if you did it, you know what I mean, there's no crime against snitching. But there is a crime against murder. You didn't go to jail because he snitched on you. You went to jail because you took a human life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but if you have no way to accept accountability, you stuck in that place forever. You can't never move on. Once you blame anybody else, 9 times out of 10, you'll keep blaming, and before you know it, you're gonna be a bitter person, angry, and you're gonna blame the world, and you're gonna be unlovable and unreachable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So it's all about accountability when it comes to you. And speaking of accountability, man, it's been a lot's been said recently about between you and TK, and you evolved, and it started one way when it got put back out there on the news, and then it's evolved over the last few months. Take us back to how that got started and where it is right now.
Well, it started with a form of misunderstanding. You know what I mean? It was some disrespect, and I felt like as a man I wasn't respected. I felt like he disrespected people. And it was more about my daughter, but it didn't really matter. The disrespect, even the disrespect was a misunderstanding. And when I went to try to get the respect, give him an alley-oop to get the respect, he bucked on me. So at that point, you tell somebody, you want them to say, oh man, I didn't know, or something like that. Instead of, oh, you really on your feelings, you know what I mean? So, I'm assigned to protect my daughter for the rest of my life, you know what I'm saying? And when it comes to a female, I can't protect her. She got to protect me. And if she don't protect me, I can't protect her. You see what I'm saying? So it was never about a female, you know what I'm saying? It was about my daughter, about respect. And when I feel like I got the respect, I never want to hurt them. I just want to catch a fade, because when you catch a fade with somebody, it's out of love. It's like, listen, we 2 grown men, let's fight this out and hug it out. And once that took place, we fought it out, you know what I mean? And in the long run, it was really no winner, no loser, you know what I'm saying? And in reality, we both lost, but I was glad we was able to hug it out, because at the end of the day, I respect TK. I love him as an artist, you know what I'm saying? His mentality, we all looked up to TK in some way or another, you know what I'm saying? So he talented, he gifted, you know what I'm saying? And love is there and the respect is there and
Mm-hmm.
the misunderstanding was straightened out. And I'm glad we see each other and be friends and be cool and we got that respect established. You know what I'm saying?
So update.
With nobody being seriously hurt or injured or nothing like that.
So you and TK are cool now, for all intents and
Absolutely,
purposes.
absolutely, man.
See, that's what
I'm
I like
back
hearing.
huh?
That's what I like saying. See, people, you notice how when the drama comes, people want to be the first ones to be like, yeah, 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 and get two brothers even more and more excited. But when they get
Right.
cool and everything, that don't get reported on as much. So I wanted to make sure, because I remember you saying that, at the comedy club, that things was cool. And I wanted to make sure that's highlighted, that grown
And not
men.
only that, from if I had to take any accountability, I always say, that incident in my life, you know what I'm saying, was always one of my worst incidents as a human being because, you know, uh, uh, God created a stage and a platform and a gift for us to get on that stage and
Mm-hmm.
project our talent, you know what I'm saying, and
Mm-hmm.
showcase our skill set. And, and that's our environment and that's our community. And the comedy store, comedy club is sacred. And
Mm-hmm.
anytime you take personal issues, they should be taken out outside of our work area. But I accept accountability for bringing that mentality into our environment and putting a black eye on not just the industry but my brand. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, you accept accountability, you move on, you apologize,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're in the healing process. And every once in a while I call them and tell them I love them, and and tell them looking forward to working with them, and and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't have regrets about fighting. I have more regrets about where I fought. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I'll fight anybody if I
Mm-hmm.
had to. Not if, I would never fight over my brand, but I
Mm-hmm.
die over my character. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, man, I have yeah, I love my brother, man, and I wish him the best, and and I'm glad he my friend.
Speaking of that, see, people don't understand when it comes to the West Coast and how we get down there, how much respect means out here. And they'll see
Yeah,
things happen on a surface level and be like, "Oh, they fighting over something." It's never the little thing that people are talking about. Usually, it come down to respect. What does respect
right.
play in your life, and how you get down and how you deal with other men and people in general?
With respect to me, it's like and we all make mistakes and stuff like that, but um, loyalty is for me is greater than love. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And without loyalty, love is just a hustle. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I don't really trust no man that cheat on his wife. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But at the same time, I spent 35 years being a hustler, a player, a cheater, a liar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you a hustler, you a player, you a gangster. I've been all that shit. But that's the wicked term is hustler, player,
Mm-hmm.
gangster. You know what I'm saying? That shit
Mm-hmm.
sounds so fly. Shit, who wouldn't want to join that shit? That
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
sound
yeah,
like
yeah.
that shit got a swagger to it. But the reality, the name of it is you're a liar, a cheater, and a deceiver. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, um, I'm still a piece of shit. I'm just a better piece of shit than I was yesterday. And I'm gonna be a better piece of shit I am tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
hopefully, before I die, I can smell good enough to get in heaven. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's all,
That's
you
that's
know.
that's what's up, man. So when it come down to you and let's get into this comedy world that's what's going on. Everybody's seeing all the stuff going on. I know that you don't work with everybody, you cool with everybody. Let's get into talking about Katt, man, and what's been going on with Katt and the shit that he's been saying about the different comics.
I'm probably gonna hit you at a deeper level than anybody ever hit you on, and
Go
I don't
ahead.
want to talk about the worldly. I'm gonna go spiritual on what I'm
Go
going
there,
to,
brother.
right?
Go there. That's what we do.
Yeah. So what in this world, we you know, we all sometimes we think, we talk about the devil and shit like that, and we always think of the devil as a demonic spirit, demon, a male figure. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, I always pictured the devil being um, a female perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because the, she's seductive. I don't think it's a because we all dance with the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember dancing with the devil. Hustling and slanging and just being out there, and the devil just using me. Just having my way. And it was the lust
Mm-hmm.
that had such a strong appeal. You know what I'm saying? It was so seductive. It was like don't let nobody tell you that sin is a bad thing because it's not.
Right.
Don't. Let me tell you something. Don't nothing feel better than sin. Sin is the most
Nigga.
incredible feeling in the world, and it's designed specifically for the flesh. In fact, the only one reason people stop sinning. I didn't stop robbing and stealing and hustling and slanging because I turned my life over. No, nigga, when you on your second strike, you stop doing dirt. When you on your drug driver, you on your third DUI, you get screwed the liver, you stop drinking.
Yeah.
When the consequences get stronger than the sins, and then you buckle down and get your shit together. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, we all danced with the devil and did all kind of shit and went in. But in reality, some nigga danced to the devil, and then like Katt, you ever heard of going to hell and back?
Uh-huh.
Katt went on a date with the devil. You know what I'm saying? And he got a chance to walk through hell and got a chance to see all the motherfuckers that was in there. And for some reason or another, he didn't sign the deal. And I'm not saying he signed the deal or didn't sign the deal, but whatever he did, he had a chance to walk to hell and get released. You know what I'm saying? And when he got released, he came out, he told all us motherfuckers who was in the blind, because you got to remember what he did. A brand, right? When Hollywood build your brand, they build in a perception of who they want the world to think you are.
Yeah.
Right? So what Katt did, right? So the perception is, oh, Katt a gangster, or Katt a thug, Scruncho a gangster, oh, Cedric is a good guy. That's the perception. But what Katt did, the gates, you ever heard of the gates, how the gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Katt snatched the gates are actually the perception of people brands, right?
Mm-hmm.
Katt snatched the gate off the gatekeeper, and we seen them snatch the perception off the gate, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we seen the deception of who they all really was.
Right.
Right? So the truth of the matter is, when we looked at their deception, only gangster I seen was Cedric. He gangstered us when we was young out our motherfucking jokes. You know what I'm saying? And then he went back in the gates and he played victim. Now he's trying to hide behind his brand, his title, his accolades, and all that shit. But the nigga could have just said, I'm sorry. Because guess what? I done stole a lot of shit. Matter of fact, I stole everything except a joke. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And I would lie in court like a motherfucker, but I was fighting for my freedom. He ain't fighting for nothing, but he's so full of pride and, so full of, just self, all that shit that come with, that he making the story bigger because, go back to what I said earlier, the accepting accountability for something even so small, a joke nobody give a fuck about, a joke 30 years ago, a joke don't mean nothing to nothing, not gonna make you, break you, can't get sued for it. That shit ain't nothing. It's only making it big is because he won't say, I'm sorry. I was wrong. He'd rather play victim when the receipts are all out there. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And do that stop me from loving? No, that's my dog. I love Cedric. Funny, hilarious, talented, had an amazing career. I seen him today. I hug him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no animosity because it's really ain't shit. All that niggas thinking, that's all it was.
Yeah.
But because he got so tight, people like, what you hide, nigga? What you hide? You see what I'm saying? And he put a 10 on the 2 and make himself look bad. You know what I'm saying? But, so what Katt did, this when I knew all them niggas was, this what Katt did. When he snapped that perception off that gate, and we seen the deception of these characters, who they really was, The reason you know everything Katt said was true, guess why?
Why?
All them niggas replied and forgot they was comedians. They all replied on their
Ah.
feelings. They all replied emotionally. Only one told a funny story about when they stole the joke was me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that's why I got over 13, 14 million on TikTok and Facebook and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because we comedians, be funny, nigga. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know, bro. So when they reply, even when Ludacris replied, well, come on, homie. Then none of them defended their wife. None of them defended their wives.
Mm.
They just let Katt call their wife some big head light skinned bitches. You know what I'm saying? They didn't care about their wife. They started defending their brand. They started getting on their feelings. Come on, man. Oh, trying to explain. Come on, man. You ain't gotta. Man, it's like you telling me, Scruncho, you breaking my house? Immediately, fuck no, they gotta break your house. You gotta be fucked up. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't like Gary Owens reply like, well, I seen where Katt said, you know, um, I haven't crossed over because I'm white and I still haven't crossed over. I'm taking it as that's because I haven't sold my soul. But really, in reality, I had a chance. I mean, I was in a room and the guy hit on me and I didn't know what it was going on. Oh, wow, this is getting really weird. And, and at this point I was saying, what should I do? But then you know what? I'm not going to say the guy's name right there. Right there. The minute you didn't want to admit his name, make me think you sucked a dick and you're feeling guilty.
Whoa. Hey, I feel you.
Because guess what, nigga? I ain't finna tell an episode of me, a nigga trying to suck my dick and without me knocking that nigga out or beating the fuck out of him, or it ain't no story. Why I'm protecting a nigga that tried to suck my balls? That don't make no sense.
Right.
You know what I mean? But the thing about, like with Gary, they always try to play victim with him. He the most protected because with the white people, like when me and TK was having our issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not one entertainer called me and told me to knock it off. They just let us crash. But the minute I said two words about Gary Ocean, or what's his name, Gary Owens.
Owens.
Yeah, Gary Ocean. Call that nigga Gary Ocean. So, I said one word about Gary Owens, right? I swear to God, 5 niggas jumped off the golf course. That's not a good idea, Scruncho. Leave Gary alone.
Oh my!
It's not a good look for your brand, and what the fuck, homie? They love. See, here go what you don't see in entertainment. See, we see all the different races that's coming into the black community and culture vulture. The hood and turning into a goddamn safari. Everybody wanna fuck with a nigga. Everybody wanna get the nigga reaction. They love everything about a nigga except a nigga. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what we see. But here go what you don't see. You don't see all these old safe ass niggas trying to take the back road back to Massa House on the porch. These more porch niggas, you know what I'm saying, who want to be white accepted. Man, them the worst niggas because those are the real gatekeepers.
Mm-hmm.
The gatekeepers ain't the Jews. It ain't the gay community. No, it's fucking not. Jew motherfuckers love real niggas. That's what they look for. Gay motherfuckers, they respect real niggas if you make them respect you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for years, we was always on gay people. I was homophobic for years. Gay motherfucking gay. But guess what? Let me tell you something, homie. It's not the gay community. You gotta honor and respect the motherfuckers who choose to run around here openly with a wig on. It's the motherfuckers that's sneaking around fucking the niggas with the wig on. Those the devil. All the people Puffy had killed, allegedly. Them was the ones that found out he was he was
that he was dookie exchanging.
Yeah, that nigga was over there playing with boys' booties and shit. You see what I'm saying? So them the real killers. It used to be a time when, you could lose your life behind, telling a lie on a motherfucker. Now you lose your life behind the truth. When the truth went from setting you free to getting you killed, man, we had some terrible times.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. And that so because you kicking it off right now. So you you getting right to the main gist of what Katt was talking about. Katt wasn't going at people. He was going at people who represented a certain class of comics that gatekeep everybody else from getting to where they got to get to.
Yeah, because here go the problem. They're not gatekeeping because they hating on your talent. You know what I'm saying? It's just like for years. When we came back, I said what we figured out is for years, right? We was talking about how I could never figure out, why when I went to New York 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was in New York doing a little show, and they're like, hey man, this little dude named 50, you got a little nephew, a little brother named 50.
They thought you like 50 Cent the rapper.
Yeah, the 50 Cent the rapper.
Okay.
So they said, you got a little brother named 50? I'm like, nah, who is that? And then when they showed me who he was, I'm like, whoa. I did my research on him. Man, I couldn't wait to get back to LA. I went straight to Death Row. I said, listen, cuz, I'm telling y'all, they got this little nigga named 50 Cent and DMX. Them little niggas is so raw and gangster with it. I'm telling y'all right now, if Puff Daddy signed them niggas before y'all do, they gonna give y'all some problems. Nigga, they gonna give, listen, Pete Bad Boy is gonna give motherfucking Death Row some problems, right? And I never figured out why 50 Cent didn't get signed by P. Diddy. Now we know. Because P. Diddy was never scared of 50 Cent talent. He was scared 50 was gonna find out who his boyfriend was. The whole time we thinking P. Diddy, listen, the whole time we thinking P. Diddy was a bad boy. In reality, he's a bad bitch.
Yo. That sort of illustrates what you were saying earlier about how it's not necessarily your talent that people are scared of. It's funny. Corey been saying something. It's like people think people are just talking out their ass when they say this. Like we be afraid. We be seeing this activity go on. You'll be seeing how they act, and then when they see like you come around, I'll see they'll kind of straighten up when they see Scruncho. But then they'll dip around the corner.
Because it's like, here's the thing, right? And then here go what hurts me, right? See when niggas used to hide their little gay activities behind their wife, But now technology, they got so advanced, that's almost impossible to do, right? So what next thing they do, they hide behind the brand of being a real nigga. So now what they do, they hide behind the brand. It's kind of like me and you pretending to be two police officers, right? We riding all around in the hood. We got the badges. We got the police car. We got the uniforms. We got the billy clubs. We got everybody fooled. But guess what, Deron? What's the last thing me and you want to see? Two police officers, nigga. Once we see two police officers, immediately the gig is up. We're, oh, shit.
Yep.
We going to lose our confidence immediately. We can't be under them motherfuckers too long because they're going to hit us with one penal code. They're going to say something. They're going to know that we are not who we say we are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you pretending to be a real nigga and you fooling all these niggas in Calabasas, you walking with 1,000 niggas around you like you really that nigga, but in reality, you ain't got no real niggas around you. You know what I'm saying? All your real niggas, you dangle them, but they ain't really with you. Ain't nobody coming up with you. You see what I'm saying? That's real gatekeepers, man. I was up under the nigga, man, for 15 years. When I met that nigga, he was worth $20 million. I was a thousandaire. 15 years later, after going on tours with the nigga, on concerts with the nigga, rolling with the nigga, learning from the nigga, I look up 15 years later, he worth $200 million, and I'm still a thousandaire. At that point, he wasn't blocking me. He wasn't stopping me. He was blocking me. He didn't have no intentions of me coming up and getting on, because I can tell you how many projects he dangled in my face and snatched them. I ain't never asked him for nothing, but the nigga always dangled him and didn't give me, but at the end of the day, I can't even get mad at him. That's why I'm not saying his name, because you know why? If you let a motherfucker play you like that and you don't know your own worth and you stay up under a motherfucker, you got to take accountability for you, because I should have known a long time ago, he don't really want me to eat. I should have known when the nigga told me, man, why you don't start back selling dope? When he told me that, that's when I knew, nigga, I'm gone. This nigga don't want me to win. He was willing to let me go back to the fire than to let me get, to figure, but but like I said, this is what got me. I see they always thought the gatekeepers was these big
Mm-hmm.
security guard niggas like, get away from the gate. No,
Mm-hmm.
nigga. A gatekeeper is a motherfucker you trust, get up under you, think you cool, close to you, got your back, all that goofy shit. Then you look up one day, nigga, you still in the same goddamn spot. Nigga, that's a gatekeeper. That's a
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker had no intentions of you getting on, homie. So at the end of the day, but if you don't realize it and you don't know your own worth, shut the fuck up, nigga. Accept accountability, nigga, and move on. You know what I mean?
That's real
So
talk.
that's what you do. Yeah.
That's real talk. Speaking of going into the whole gatekeeping thing, you got the one level of gatekeeper that's right there next to you. And then you got the kind of cats who they're the ones who NBC, ABC, Netflix, they're the Negroes that those places trust to say, do you have any other Negroes? What about those former gatekeepers? Because Katt was talking about those kind of gatekeepers too. The ones that got the line to Netflix but don't use it unless it's on somebody that won't say nothing about they
But think
whatever
about it. Why
activities.
would I let you use? Think about it like this, right? Me and you go to all the elementary schools in the country,
Mm-hmm.
and we killing these niggas in 202s. They like, man, that nigga Scruncho and DwannBrown, man, them niggas is just niggas. Without us even speaking on it. We don't have to say no names. We automatically know. We don't have to tell each other not to tell LeBron and Kobe about the schools. We know that from each other. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? We could tell Craig, we could tell Corey,
Yeah.
we could tell them niggas, but we
Yeah.
can't tell LeBron, we can't tell motherfucking Hardaway, we can't tell AD
Yeah.
because they know. Soon as they get on, soon as them niggas get on, immediately we forgot about.
Right.
It's like we never happened. You know what I'm saying?
It's
So that's
survival.
what the secret is. You know what I mean? It's a gang of giftless niggas out there getting money. You know what I'm saying? But like I told you, it's a thin line between prosperity and idolatry. And we chasing that bag, and you chasing them follows, you chasing that life, you chasing that fame. Nigga, you don't know what you'll do. You'll do anything. You know what I'm saying? You already negotiable. Nigga, all you need is a price because that's what you want. You want that bag. Somebody gonna see you chasing it hard enough and they gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. You know what I'm saying? So what you think they gonna do, nigga? That's why, at the end of the day, look, like I know. Nigga, I've been going up dead last for 17 years. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
You
Right.
know, because like I know, nigga. Not trying to be cocky, but come on, cuz. Who can fuck with me on stage, homie? Nobody. Nigga, I'm the creme de la creme. You still see me, I'm blessed. I'm blessed in so many ways, brother. Like my life, I wouldn't trade it in for nobody life. You know what I'm saying? I got a beautiful family, wife is gorgeous, finer than any woman, any nigga listen, nobody. To me, I got the finest wife on the planet.
Hey.
Sweet, cool, fun, chill. Just it's so much. She responsible for the peace in the home. I'm responsible for the peace outside the home. I gotta make sure when I come in the house, I'm full of peace, and I gotta make sure when I come home, it's full of peace. You know what I'm saying? And as much as I love my wife, nigga, where the peace go, I'm following the peace. You see what I'm saying? But nigga, my peace is priceless.
Peace is everything.
Their peace is non-negotiable. There's nothing on this planet richer than peace. That's why all them niggas chasing that bag, when they get it, they don't really know the price of fame costs you your peace. Because when you sell your soul, first thing go is that peace. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times your mind, the Bible said that the battle is in your mind, right? So that means the devil got access to fucking with your mind. So that's where your battle is. But he can't take your soul because he didn't create it. So he can't take it. So your soul is in your heart. That's why dusty niggas like myself always get a bad rap because we Israelites. So we rubberneck. The Bible calls us rubberneck. That means we got good hearts but hard heads. You know what I mean? So God know our heart. But it's not the niggas with a good heart and the hard heads you got to worry about. It's the niggas who hide behind the good things that they do to hide their lousy ass heart. You see what I'm saying? And these fuck up niggas like myself as a focal point to hide their dirt. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in reality, the good niggas, that's why we rising to the top right now. They can't stop me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because God is with me. You know, and when people say God is with you, bro, do you know people don't know what the kingdom is. Man, you got the one creator. It's the creator of all creators.
Mm-hmm.
He the creator of life, love, touch, feel, spirit, thoughts, things, the world, the planet. Let me tell you something. Before you was even created in body, before you was even created in thought, he had a purpose for you. Then from the purpose, he created a spirit, right? Then the Bible say that nobody can be on this earth without a body. So it's not the body that get a spirit life, it's the spirit that get a body life. And then God take that body, he'll wrap that spirit around that body, and then he'll place that purpose in you, and he'll send you on this world to find your purpose. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Then what he give you, for the devil have access at you, he give you this shit called free will. Mm-hmm. Once you get that free will, that's when the shit start. You know what I'm saying? Because only thing define you as a lousy person or a fucked up person is your ability not to make good decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you can't make good decisions, you're going to always be a lousy person.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I tell everybody, man, it worked even when it comes, getting off the subject a little bit, even when it comes to relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
I tell it's two ways to look at it. I'm going to look at the man, I'm going to look at the woman. Mm-hmm. First, let me go in on the man. Mm-hmm. Nigga, if you know the answer is no, stop giving these females hope.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're deceiving her, you misleading her, and you treating her bad. You know what I'm saying? And number two is when you 50 years old and you ain't got no wife, let me tell you something. When you 50 years old and you ain't got no wife, you ain't no player. It's impossible. You either a fucking use a trick or a spiritual advisor. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't the real deal.
Stop. And then you gotta remember this too, though. See, when you 50 and you run around all these females, guess what's gonna happen? See, when you 18, right, and you out there and you knocking females, your range is like this. You got from 18 to 50, and you could just be out there, right? But then when you get 50, now you gotta be real careful. See, because when you get 50, now you finna start fucking with that forbidden fruit. You know what I mean? You know, you'll start fucking with, the homies, bitches. I mean, you'll start fucking, like, for instance,
you're gonna start taking risks.
Man, my son end up dating the same bitches, you know what I'm saying? You start doing shit like that. The next thing you know, you slapping a bitch on the ass, you in a strip club, slapping a bitch all on the ass, and that's T-Lo's little daughter, man. You know, T-Lo get in prison. Now, that's the same little girl you done held when she was a little girl. Now, now you over there slapping on the ass because you done got tricked. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you done got tricked and thinking
50, when you get 50, you taking too many chances of fucking with a lot of forbidden pussy and forbidden. Leave that shit alone, man. Now you in a trap house. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now you taking chances that's not worth it.
What you basically saying is that young thing you're looking at could be your homeboy's daughter, somebody you grew up with, somebody you held. And it's because it's their turn now to be out in the game and be out in the street. Man. And you still trying to be in the street with them.
Yes, and I know I played a pimp in a movie, you know what I'm saying? But in reality, man, come on, bro. That's the lowest form of art ever. And I understand it got swagger to it, it got this to it, it got status, but in reality, when I got daughters, bro, I have 4 daughters. Rules change. When you have daughters, rules change.
Hey.
You can't, that pimping shit. No, homie. When you send a woman out there, you manipulated her young mind, talked her in, not to get an education, not to better herself, but you talked her in to selling her body to get you a Cadillac. It's some fancy clothes, and to bring in more women and get you a bigger Cadillac. You the lowest form of Satan. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You disguise your evil with a nice suit on. And, you know, when you were young, you look at the suits and the cars, and you want to be that because you want that bag. But do you know how many lives you got to step on and run through? Man, hey man, listen, that womanizing, whether you pimping, cheating, all that, just listen. You work for the devil. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just had to.
No, I'm glad you went that way, because people who listen to this interview later on, they'll listen to what we was talking about earlier about all the gatekeepers that gatekeep along Dookie Highway lines, and they'll look at someone and be like, "Oh, that's toxic. This or those men are just gay bashing." No, what we're talking about here is people do all kinds of wrong kind of things over sexual kind of mindsets, good or straight or the other way. You know what I mean? And those lines is where a person will box themselves in, and people don't know how to still be a man and walk those lines. You get put up in messed up situations on either side of the game.
Listen, man, in life, you know, you got to figure out a way to see what people fail to understand, man. You know, like, that's why I pray so much. You know, I pray much as I try to, you know, I wake up, I pray. I go downstairs, I read my Bible out loud, 5 scriptures. Sometimes I read 5 or 6 chapters, you know what I'm saying? And then I listen to my Bible on the audio over the same chapters I just read. And I just go back to sleep and relax myself. And I try to fill myself with the Spirit, because when you pray to God, you're talking to God. But when you read the Bible, it allows God to talk to you. You know what I mean? And then when you start seeking, see, God is the creme de la creme. And then he gave his son, his prince, Lord Jesus. And then after the Lord, you got the kingdom. Then after the kingdom, you got all of the angels that protect you. Then after that, you got all your forefathers. Then after your forefathers, you got all your ancestry people. You got a whole spiritual community that's watching over you. You know what I'm saying? And when you seek the kingdom and you fear God, it ain't nothing else to worry about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know, and we just you know, you just have faith. You know, but at the same time, you know, I'm a spiritual dude, but I'm not a religion dude to where I'm a Bible thump you, because I respect everybody free will. You know what I mean? Because free will is more powerful. If
it's
it
the
wasn't
most
for free
powerful.
will,
It's the most powerful, man, because we got our choices,
because
man.
with free will, it allow you to respect things you don't understand. Whether it's homophobia, whether it's gang banging, whether it's you know, whatever life you live, you know what I'm saying, that might go against somebody else, because guess what? I'm not God. I'm not Jesus. I can't judge you. And anything I find wrong or have an issue with, first thing I'm going to do is I pray for you. But then after I pray for you, I pray for myself, because I ain't shit neither. So I don't give a fuck.
Right.
I'm not going to get mad or hold nobody accountable for their free will. And then that way I don't have no hate on my heart. See, because the secret to it is stop looking at the world from the big picture. See, when you look at the big picture, that's the way God look at the world. That's very dangerous, because when you look at the big picture, now you become an activist.
Right.
Now you got an opinion. Now you become judgmental.
Yeah.
Now you become part of the problem. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you get as close as you can get, and whoever's in front of you, if you just give the spirit of love, you know, give them a nice smile, a nice compliment, you know what I mean? And say something uplifting to them. And then you change the world one person at a time. You understand?
Yeah, man.
So, and that's the way you got to look at it, man. And then that's the way you become beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's the true beauty, and beauty is to be beautiful in your mindset. You know what I'm saying?
I have another question along the lines of the spiritual tip. How does your spirituality and your faith in yourself play out in your performance and who you are as a comedian? I know it runs through you, and how does it play out?
Oh man, because of my faith and religion and God, it really played out through my comedy. Cause you got me when I came to the stage, homie, I was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I was hood. I had like 8 hood jokes, nigga, good energy, raw truth, and that was it. That was all. Everything else, I didn't give a fuck, and it was intimidating. But I only knew how to be funny. But then I realized that if you look back on my career, I am exactly where I'm supposed to be because I put my mentality over my gift. And I put my mentality on my gift for several reasons. Number one, I was insecure because anytime you put a mentality above any of your gift, it's because you don't have the confidence to use your words or to deal with an issue. So you retaliate behind what you say, And most gangsters or most real niggas are just sensitive, you know, niggas who don't know how to deal with the emotional, so they react by violence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what real niggas is. We very emotional, kind of, sensitive, and we don't know how to, we only know how to protect ourselves. Like my dad did teach me how to, you know, that nigga didn't teach me how to live. He taught me how to survive. You know what I'm saying? So that was an insecurity. Now, once I realized, I remember the first time I went to the comedy store to get out, and I pulled up, and I seen like 200 people in front of the comedy store, right? So I'm thinking, damn, it's 3 o'clock on a Sunday. All these motherfuckers here to see the show. And in my mind, I thought they was all people coming to see me, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking that because it was an open mic. You know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm thinking, shit, I was already kind of successful. I'm selling dope, I'm hustling, I'm singing, I got money. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling everybody going to the comedy store. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, I'm thinking they coming to see me, right? And when I got in the front, as soon as I found out they was all comedians trying to make it, a fear jumped in me. So immediately I go gangster, like I start bagging and clowning, and I just started clowning all day, but it was really a fear factor. I'm clowning, talking shit, and then I was talking so much shit, and I got real comfortable. But then, you know how the comedy game worked, had to come back at 7. Everybody had 3 minutes each, 3, 3, 3. But if any celebrity walks through, you got to stop, let them do their thing, right? So Andrew Dice Clay walked through, Eddie Griffin came through, the Wayne brothers, they just had their TV show. They came through, they did some time, Daryl Heat did some time. To make a long story short, by the time I got to the stage, it was down at 1:35 in the morning. When nobody, all the comedians was gone. It was nobody there but us, and I still bombed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that, man, the journey. You bring this mentality, you don't have etiquette. I didn't have etiquette. I didn't know how to present myself. It's all my fault. Everything that could have happened to me was because of me. It was some decision I made where I have to take accountability. And the minute I started taking accountability for all my bad choices and decisions, immediately I started to rise out of that place. You understand what I'm saying? And
I'm glad you brought that up, because that take me to where I want to go to now, because you see a lot of this stuff going on online right now. You have a lot of people running the Adam 22, running the Vlad, telling like old 90s gangster stories. It's almost like they ain't got past the 90s. It's like they still there. And everybody got a pass. But you somebody, if you wanted to go to Vlad now, or one of the places, you can go right now and tell the juiciest of 90s and 2000s Compton hood stories. You can do all that if that's what you chose to do. One thing I noticed about you is you've had your experiences, but you all about elevating and getting to the next level. Not saying you won't do that if the time calls for it. But what do you think about these cats that are just stuck at a time, and it seems as if they just keep trying to bring up that time instead of using their energy to move forward and uplift us now? What's your thoughts on all this shit going on the internet and all that bullshit and gossip about old stuff?
Well, it's a yin and a yang, you know what I mean? It's easy for us to say that because we found our purpose and our gift in life, you know what I mean? But imagine working as a janitor for 40 years, and then one day you're in the classroom and you cleaning up, and you sit next to the piano and you play it like Beethoven, and
Mm-hmm.
you realize your gift have passed you up. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? When you find a purpose and a gift, it's easy to look at people and wonder why they stuck there. But I remember a certain time in my life, at the height of my life when I was 18, 19, I had convertible IROCs, convertible Porsche. I had the flyers gear, man, feeling this and feeling that. Young dude having it all. And it was difficult to move forward and get out that era for me. But what made me get out of it is there's no excuse when God got his hands on you, you know, he gonna get you out of it whether you like it or not. But sometimes when God got favor, you gotta recognize when God got favor. You know what I'm saying? I just know God got favor on me, so I can't speak for people who I see people stuck in that place. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I got buddies who stuck there, and I go visit them and hang out with them, and I don't try to trap them or make them get out of there because that's where they found their peace at. You know what I mean? And you know how intimidating it is. You know what I'm saying? To go outside your comfort zone. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very intimidating place. I
There
remember
he
the first time
is.
I came, man, the first time I came to Hollywood to do a show, man, I was so nervous driving down Sunset, man, going to the little comedy club and man, looking at the lights, and I was so out of my element, homie. It was crazy, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I don't feel I don't get mad at them. I feel kind of, some ways I feel sorry, but then other ways I accept it because they found their peace there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at everything different, bro. Like I look at it differently. Like if you go look at a bum in downtown LA, right? You say, man, I feel sorry for dude. I don't say that. I say, wow, that's what $1 million body look like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He took $1 million worth of alcohol, drugs, narcotic, and he took it all himself just to make that body. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know how
yeah,
much
yeah.
money and hustling and grind you got to take to destroy your body like that? You know what I mean? That's $1 million body, but because we only see it with the naked eye, we looking at it like it's a bum ass nigga. That man did made more money than the president. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's how you look at things, and you think about if that person could have had the same, tenacity and use that money for different things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So we all fall short in so many ways, but
What
it's
What
a
would be your advice? What would be your advice for people who are in that they stuck at the time and they really trying to get out? They really trying to get to the next level because you've gone through that process of ascension from to different levels in your life and different vibrations you've gone through. What would be your Scruncho's advice for somebody who they hear they want to get there but they don't quite know how to get there because all they know is this?
first thing they got to realize is nobody move forward in life in the right direction. You can move forward, but you don't move straight forward if you don't have some type of accountability. You see what I'm saying? You know, you know, I talk how men should say no. If you know the answer is no, don't stop giving them hope. I mean, let me talk about the females, right? If you take a female, right? If you had a pet bull, right?
Uh-huh.
And that pet bull run out the gate and go bite the mailman. Who
Uh-huh.
responsible for that pet bull,
You.
right?
Yeah.
It's because why? Because it's your dog,
Your
right?
dog.
If that pet bull go across the street and chase down and eat up the lady's garden, who got to pay for that garden?
You.
Because it's your dog, right?
Yeah.
If you take a female and she got a dog, and that dog go out and no better yet, if she had a cat, the cat go out and jump on the lady and scratch the back of her head, who responsible for that lady head?
She is.
So if that lady got a cat and she go fuck a dog, go fuck a pig, how the fuck she gonna sue the dog or the pig for child support if it's your motherfucking dog, bitch? It's your motherfucking cat. You see what you see what I'm saying? You trying to make you that's your cat. That's your cat. You got to make better responsibilities and accept accountabilities for the decisions you making. Terrible cat decisions, bitch. This is your cat. So a lot of times, these females out here, they sitting there making these horrible pussy decisions, and then take accountability for a baby, but you ain't never checked his account to see if he got the ability to take care of the baby. But you don't have to take accountability for that. You take accountability for you. You just hide behind the baby, playing victim, and run into the white man, using the baby on the nigga like a shotgun. You using the baby to the white man like the victim, but the whole time it's your pussy. Fuck out of here, bro.
That's a very interesting perspective, and that's a dope ass perspective to even look at it. Because people look at accountability. Yes, we're the men, we are the lead, we do take accountability, but accountability is a human thing. Man, woman, child. The sooner you learn to take accountability as a person, the sooner you can move forward. And
it's your pussy. It's your pussy.
Mm-hmm.
So, you gotta figure out a way to protect it. And if you let motherfuckers in you ain't checked that nigga. Ain't nobody giving you no job without no checking your resume. You ain't checked the nigga. You don't have females don't know where nigga stay. You ain't never been to nigga job. Your requirements to get to your pussy ain't that high. A lot of times you see a nigga, he look good, he fine. Oh girl, look at his eyes. And then you hook up with the nigga, and out of nowhere this nigga boop, boop, bitch. And you talk, why you do that? And nigga telling you, bitch, you didn't ask me if I sock bitches. You asked me what color is my eyes, bitch. Well, you asked me what I'm mixed with, bitch. You didn't ask me if I sock bitches. So, and then you want to call the police and get mad instead of just saying, ho, pull back and start over. You trying to make somebody something they not. I tell my daughter get hit by a nigga and she don't tell me, that's probably because she walked away from the nigga. Because if you ain't going to walk away, if you tell me, I'm assuming you ain't going to walk away. Because if you real smart, just walk away because that's what he do. You know what I mean? And that's something you should have asked before he socked you.
That's a good way of putting it out there, Scruncho, because at the end of the day, like we was talking earlier, it's a lot of ancient ass niggas out there. And before you get involved with an ancient motherfucker, check the Carfax. See what it is. See what it's like. Know what you're dealing with. And if you decide to stay with it, be accountable for that.
I mean, we all got to take accountability for something. And the woman got the greatest value up to the world. All she got to do is protect it.
Uh-huh.
But once you use it, you got to learn how to love. You know what I'm saying? And learn what love is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give nobody your body with no love and no commitment attached to it. And then if you're going to commit and be attached to somebody, make sure they at least got three things. Mm-hmm. Make sure they got a job, a car, and a place. That's what you should start with.
Mm-hmm.
If a man ain't got a car, a job, or a place, he let you know, I'm not ready. I don't have the ability to take care of you because I'm not stable-minded myself. I'm still positioning myself. Because if you get him at that base or he gets you at that base, now you become his responsibility or he becomes your responsibility. So you got to know what you're looking for and get off your feelings and focus on the fact. You know?
Yeah.
This cranberry just gave me
gave you them hiccups like an MF. I get it. Hey, well, I don't want to keep you here too much longer anyway, but I do want to get a few more of your final thoughts on just understand, like, where do you see, we see the comedy world is blown up. Take it back to comedy. We see the that's where everybody's focusing on right now because the world is now starting to see that it's a whole world behind comedy that ain't just jokes that goes on. It's more than what people see. There are gatekeepers there. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of tension that's out there. Where do you see comedy right now and where it's going with all this up in the world, with all this bullshit going on in the world and the material out there and the stuff? Where do you see comedy going here moving on forward?
All right, let me establish one thing. Katt Williams is the GOAT. Let me tell you what's the GOAT, right? People say Ali is the GOAT in boxing, right? But It's not because it's boxing. It's because it's humanitarian work that he did to shake up the gates. If he smashed some gates and opened a lot of eyes up. But he used his platform as a boxer to open up doors. That's what makes him the GOAT, right?
Standing up.
Yeah, he's standing up. But in reality, Sugar Ray Robinson runs circles around Ali, and Ali will tell you, I'm the greatest heavy at all time. He always gave Sugar Ray Robinson his face. In fact, Mayweather graded in Muhammad Ali as a humanitarian because he changed, he took it out, it took it out of the promoter's hand. See, because Bob Arum was slaving him. You know what I mean?
Bob Arum and all of those slave contracts.
He bought his way out of $700,000. He gave that man and became Money Mayweather. That's changing the game. You see what I'm saying? That's why he's the GOAT. Katt Williams is the GOAT. You can say Dave is the GOAT, but he the Hollywood GOAT. Katt Williams is the hood GOAT.
Yeah.
He the GOAT for all real niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he is.
Dave might be the Hollywood GOAT. That's cool. But the real niggas know Katt is the GOAT because some of us dance with the devil, but Katt went on a date with that bitch. And he went down there and then he threw that bitch out the pasture and said, look, and he opened up the gate. And all them niggas who ain't funny, been telling the same jokes 30 years. Now they got to let real niggas like myself in. Now guess what? Now I got my own show, comedy show. Finna shoot my comedy special. Yeah. And I guarantee, I know for a fact, listen, any comedian that does more than 3 specials is a gatekeeper. Let me tell you
mean
why.
Like on Netflix and HBO, those kind of specials on HBO,
if you do 3 specials, you're a gatekeeper after that. Because your first special, you hungry, you raw, you got 15, 20 years of material balled up in you, ready to cut loose, right? So you do that first special. Motherfuckers blow, they own you. Now your second special, you coming back and you a star. You a star. Now they coming to see you and not hear you. They come see you. So now when they come see you, they dressed up and now they expectations for laughter ain't really that high because they so excited because of what you did the first special. So now your second special, you're talking about your money, the entertainers you met, you're talking about all the bitch and all that. You know what I mean? And you mixing it in with some of the shit you got left over from your other 15 years. Then your third special, guess what? You turned into the same nigga you was talking about in the first special that made you a star. Come on, man. So by the time you come to your 4 specials, tell me why these niggas ain't putting up. Why you think Mike Epps over there producing G-Thang special? Ain't no way in the world that nigga been rocking with Mike 15 years and he ain't executive producing this special. Why you think motherfucking Cedric the Entertainer ain't produced JJ special? JJ been one of the funniest niggas on the scene 30 years. He ain't got no special. Why? All these niggas with all these open acts all these years, only niggas put his niggas on is Katt Williams and motherfucking Kevin Hart. Yeah. The only niggas got their circle of friends eat.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Come on, but these niggas have millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. It's 200,000 comedy clubs. worldwide. You did 3 specials, and you ain't got nobody out there but you. What? All these comedians sitting up in Beverly Hills, rich as fuck, made $60, $70 million movies, and ain't got no chain of comedy clubs. Come on, man. That's gatekeeper shit. You can't have no $80 million, homie. You ain't got no 10. Man, come on, man. What kind of shit is this? So some cat came in there and snatched the gate. Now it's gonna be some real niggas like myself get in. And even if I don't get in, I'm so rich in spirit and peace. And everybody already know who the best is. If I ain't the best, nigga, I'm in the top 3, and I ain't met the other 2 niggas yet. So, what you should be? You know what I'm saying? So, the raw truth used to set you free. Now the raw truth might get you killed. Niggas don't want to know the truth.
Yeah, that's real talk. So yeah, so you say so you got it. You said you brought up the West Coast comedy, your West Coast comedy special. Talk about that.
Yeah, I know.
After the cherry juice go down.
Yeah, at West Comedy Jam. It's like a West Coast version of Comic View. I got Lady of Rage is my DJ. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a West Coast version. I start off you'll see me driving on the West Coast in my 6'4" Dickie suit, bumping some LA shit. I be coming from the back. I shoot through the Bay, shoot through Sac, I shoot through, Compton, Long Beach, Watts. Then I pull up to a little backyard boogie. I hop out, walk through the backyard. You see, shit cracking, pet bulls, niggas lifting weights. I see a freezer. I'm looking at the freezer like I'm going to get a brew. I open up the freezer and I hop out on stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when can people expect to see that?
Well, we filming February 6th to the 10th. We doing 13 episodes at the Portal Theater, man. And big shots out. I gotta shoot my crew out. You know what I'm saying? Mecca. Mecca like a young entrepreneur dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
A real, Mecca. Then I got, Gomac. Gomac is, that's the nigga who makes your Scruncho pop. You know what I'm saying? Then I got, we gotta have the niggas that's from the Bay, you know what I'm saying? Phil Bonner, Phil.
Phil.
He picking all the talent for the show, you know what I'm saying? And my boy, we got who else we got in there, man? We got the executive producer, King, Marcus King, he a Bay nigga.
So we got Marcus King, Phil. That's Laugh-A-Palooza. That's 5150. That's Foxhole. So you got some real certifieds behind you pushing this. Maca, the Coin Academy.
My big homie Laylaw had wrote this for me. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Laylaw. That's a real one right there.
He's like, man, Scruncho. We met at the office. I went up there in Pasadena. He said, Scruncho, I got this project for you. Ain't nobody can do it but you. It's a West Coast version. You the frontiest nigga. You need to get your flowers. And then my other homie, right? Man, do you know I've been knowing Mike Epps 20 years, man. He never really introduced me to Ice Cube formally, you know what I'm saying? He be like, this Cube strand, you know what I mean? But my homie walked me in there, named Monster. He walked me in there to Ice Cube, and he told Ice Cube, everybody you put on, he said, cuz I've been your security guard, your big homie, for nigga how long? Exactly. He said, cuz, every nigga you put on, they funny, cuz, but this nigga right here, he funnier than any nigga you ever put on, and cuz paid his dues, and he from the West Coast. You got to put my nigga on, though.
That's what's
and
up.
Cube was like, yeah, I heard of Scruncho. Yeah, I done seen you. He said, nah, you gotta look at cuz he funnier than any of them niggas, too. And I ain't never asked you for nothing. I ain't never walked no nigga in here, but I love this little nigga just like I love you. And ever since then Monster died. And when Monster died, cuz,
man,
it hurt my heart because nobody went harder for it. Only nigga look out for me like that now is my nigga, Jay Bud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my nigga Bud in Compton is a real nigga. He lays some money straight up, make sure I'm good. But that nigga Monster walk me in the queue, man, and me and Q talk all the time, and he might get him the executives and produce my special. Cause I got my special I'm finna shoot called Anthony B. Scruncho, The Dark Side, the Black Sheep of Comedy. And it's executive produced by Leslie Smalls, Shina Gar, and we filming that immediately at the end of February after I finish this shooting this shit. You know what I mean? February, probably March. And then we go shoot my special. So, you know, I feel like my turn is here. So I'm just in the gym every day trying to slim up. You see a nigga cutting up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, let these niggas fool you, because when all them niggas out there on the golf course doing their corny shit, nigga, I was in the gym, nigga. I'm on my boxing shit. Yeah. I'm in the gym. I'm on lifting shit. I be running. I make sure I take care of myself, nigga. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't get high. I don't cheat on my wife. I pray every day. I give all glory to God. I never, ever forget who the giver of all my gifts. I be good to my wife. And guess what? And I still ain't shit, homie.
Man, Scruncho, with all that being said, you are, from day one of the most authentic people I've ever met. And it's bigger than comedy, man. I look at people, I judge people as men and women. It's not about what they do and all that other stuff. All that other stuff is secondary. But I gotta say,
I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna be an honor to bring you to the stage on my show. When we film on the 6th to 7th, I don't know what show you're gonna shoot on, but I know you on the show.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So I'm be on that motherfucker. All right, yeah.
Yeah, you on that motherfucker without question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's gonna be an honor for me to introduce you and come to the stage, man. That's gonna be special to me because I always like you as a human being. I recognize good-hearted niggas, you know what I'm saying? Good-hearted niggas is something, you know, if you know, you just know, you know what I'm saying? So I always recognize, I watch your behavior, watch your energy, and I'm just a fan of your brand and your character, man. So keep being funny, keep doing what you're doing, man. Just know you got a big homie over here. Anything you need, I got you.
Always, man. I want you to be a regular, man. I don't want this to be a one-time interview, man. I want you to, something popping off in the news, something you want to talk about. I want this to be a place where you can come and talk.
Man, anytime, man. You always, you know me, man. I got the hiccups, but you can always call me and say, Scrunch, I want to do the interview. Man, you want me to ask you about it? Come on, homie, because I'm filled with truth, homie. I don't know nothing but truth. And, you know, and like I said, Katt the GOAT, he opened up doors so niggas like me and you can get in.
Yeah.
Because without him, they'd have had all that shit still locked up in that good old boy system.
Yeah.
All them unfunny niggas was in there just getting all the money and pretending like they funny, man. Them niggas is trash. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's time for the real ones to step up, man. You've earned your spot. I appreciate you. We're gonna make this, we're gonna bring this again. Like I told you before, I meant my word. So when I start doing interviews again, you're gonna be the first person I call. And I appreciate you for answering the call, man.
Man. Hope you get some good clips out of it. Let a couple of them go viral, and we on.
Yeah, we on, man. I appreciate you, dog.